Sunshine Wild Ones, it's Bernadette. I'm here with your Pick a Card Tarot reading for Wednesday, February 24th, 2021. Y'all, I think there's a theme going on this week already with the spirit animal guides. This is yesterday was just like this crazy breakthrough, just in terms of the symbolism and meanings to give you guys for spirit, totem, and power animals. And then today, Spirit sent me the oyster. Okay, so then now I'm playing with it. I'm going to see really how really far are we going to be able to go with all of this, right? Meaning like getting the expanded meanings and, maybe things that are more current while also keeping the traditional, spirit animal meanings. And so when I set the intention this morning, when I drew the card and I meditated, I was like, okay, are we going with traditional or are we going with expanded? And the first thing that Spirit did was direct, or the animal allies. When I say Spirit in these readings, I mean the animal allies, the animal spirit guides. And so it directed me to go look up facts, which I normally do, not all the time, but sometimes, like when I feel the nudge. But this was more like a Spirit just was like about push me into my computer screen, right? So I go and I look and I'm like, oh my gosh, because when I read a fact or, some story about an animal or whatever, when I'm told to during the readings, it hits me as a psychic message in my gut, which is cool because today is the solar plexus chakra day. Yay! We love that. It's all about creativity and bright sun energy and just that golden glow. And, today is the bridge. Wednesday bridge is the first part of the week with the last part of the week, right? So when I felt that kind of tug, actually it wasn't really a tug, it was more like a pull in my gut and was told to tell you all this, I just melted because I don't know, it's like the animal allies are just being really, really kind and sweet and just you'll see the theme. Okay, so one of the first things that when you think of oysters, right? Okay, you think of resilience and you think of family because of the clusters. These are the traditional meanings, and you think of being so brave when you're so tiny and putting up a fight. Then you're talking about the water element, which is about emotions, of course. But now you're talking about salt water. And salt water is used for so many things in healing. It's crazy. So I always associate oysters with healing energy, especially healing water energy. And maybe, like in the Wiccan tradition, they do a lot of protection and spell work and whatnot with different kinds of salt. And there are other cultures that do that as well. And so part of today's reading is to ask you to take a look at salt. It could be how much salt intake are you getting right now? Do you need to cut down? Do you actually need to add salt to your diet? So take a look at the salt. Take a look at anything, anything that you want to protect. And the reason I say that is this. How a pearl is formed is a foreign piece of matter gets into the oyster, the mussel, or the clam, right? Because I have found over the years, a lot of people think pearls only come from oysters, and that's not so. So that little piece of foreign matter gets in there, and then the mussel, the clam, or the oyster, it secretes this really special fluid all over it, and eventually it forms it into those really beautiful lustrous pearls that you see. And there are black pearls, and apparently the rarest pearl is a blue pearl. I'd never heard of that until just recently, so that's cool. But where that goes is now you're talking about a watery element again. You're talking about a liquid or fluid substance, and that's always going to harken back to emotions. So whatever this is that you are wanting to create, you're easily going to be able to take something that is not part of the other and spit, shine, and polish it until it's this lustrous pearl. Now, what I was told is that something is actually starting with yourself, because pearl is the only gem that doesn't have to be polished or cut or anything like that. It's perfect just the way that it is. And based on yesterday's reading with the white swan, and now we're getting to another, pearls are not all white, again, there are black pearls and blue pearls, but we predominantly know the white pearls, probably in the black pearls. And so, oh my gosh, yesterday it was about black swan or white swan. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you straight up, this week is going to be about balance, and it's going to be about your confidence and your self-love and your self-worth and so on and so forth as it comes to creating yourself or something, not that's outside yourself, but that is an extension of yourself. Let's put it that way. And so understand that what the animal allies, the animal spirit guides are telling you is Pearl and Oyster are showing up for you as a spirit animal, right? To help heal you and nurture you and support you, and inspire you. And it's showing up as your power animal, meaning whatever this is that you're doing, you're making, you're creating, you're thinking about, going through, you're perfect just the way that you are. The situation is perfect just the way that it is, and it's shiny. Who doesn't love shiny, right? The other part of this is that oysters don't have ears. So it's thought, it's not 100% proven, but it is thought that they close their shell when they hear low vibrational frequencies. Okay, so somewhere out there, and again, these tarot and oracle readings, the daily tarot and oracle readings, they're for the tribe, they're for the pack, you wild ones, right? The wild pack. Something's going on, like within the whole pack of you guys, that there are naysayers at work, yapping in your ear, yak, 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 yak. You can't do this. You don't deserve this. This will never work. I mean, we could do the negativity laundry list all day long, but that's a low vibrational frequency that they're spitting out. And so you've just got to close your shell. That's it. Maybe that means closing your ears. Maybe it means closing off your communication so you don't turn around and go, what a triple Scorpio would say. Me, right? Okay. So maybe it's about just anything that you need to close off. And that might mean the whole relationship. You may be wanting to move to another job. But anybody that is breaking your stride, that's what you say. What is that song? Nobody's going to break my stride. Nobody's going to slow me down. Oh, no. I got to keep on moving. That's your song. You don't let any low vibration get you down. Period. End of story. And that actually is gonna extend to yourself, right? So I don't know if I've ever mentioned this or not, but it doesn't matter. It's germane to today. So I had a client, I don't even remember, maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever. I don't even know why I'm telling you guys about the time frame. Oh, I do know. Spirit just said, think back, think back, think back. The reason the animal allies are leading me to the past and tell, so you can think back and you can find the pivotal moment. You can find the ignition for why you have so much negative self-talk. Here's what that means. When I stepped into this lady's energy to do her reading, my mind went on hyper warp speed. Whee! It really, like when you spin something and it just goes, and it's so fast. But I saw words and phrases spitting out of this accelerated ball of energy that I knew was her mind. They were awful. I'll never be able to do this. I'm not good enough for this. I'm too this. I'm not enough this. I mean, great googly moogly, y'all. So I said, listen, and we started talking about it. So we determined that she probably said 200 to 300 negative things to herself in a day. In one 24-hour period, 365 days out of the year. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay, let me give you the number of a few people that do healing and whatnot that I know of. And, if you can work with this spirit, this spirit animal or this power animal or whatever, I believe that'll help you. And it actually did. And so whatever negative self-talk you've got going on, that clamping down of that oyster shell, so that when you open it, that beautiful pearl is there, the beautiful pearl that's perfect just the way that it is, you've got that going on. Now, here's another thing. Remember, pearls are the only gems that come from a living thing, the only ones. So now you're talking about when you take a look at what would be an oyster's womb, so to speak, again, you've got perfection. So whatever this is that you want to be born, whatever you're trying to give birth to, life to, oh man, now is the time to do it. It's going to go so very, very well. So I hope that's helpful. I hope you pick up your copy of the Arcanimal Tarot and Oracle deck, which is the deck that I read from, my own award-winning deck. Keep an eye out for the Kickstarter for the book. I'll start announcing that like officially here in a couple of days, and I'll put a sign-up link so that you all can sign up for the notification email for when the Kickstarter is coming and kind of keep in the loop about how we're progressing and so on and so forth. So, but what's the most important thing in your day every day? To stay wild.